audio stuff. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Morning, guys. See. Please let lesser type beat. Okay, so here's the thing with lesser type beats and stuff like that, and type beats in general. It might be sad since I make like beats and all that kind of stuff, but like I don't really know any rappers at all. But you're right, it is low quality. Sorry about that. Yeah, 480p, that's ridiculous. It's probably mostly because a lot of Wi-Fi things are being used right now. Like in my house, there's a lot of people on Wi-Fi and stuff. I can try. I mean, I'm on 120. I'm on 1200 by 690. 1280. So if full 1080p HD is 1920 by 1080, then I'm almost half of that. It's ridiculous. Okay, anyway, my YouTube videos are always high quality, but streaming is a whole nother thing. It's not a big deal for the making of beats though. Okay, so I saw someone said UK drill type beats. We were actually talking about drill beats in the Discord chat this morning, but I'm not very good at those. I don't even listen to them. I don't make them very often, so there's no way I'm gonna make one of those on stream. Maybe if I do a lot of research, a lot of practice, a lot of listening, I can be good enough to make a video about it, but definitely not in a... My bitrate is too high. My bitrate is 25 kilobytes or kbps, kilobytes per second. Yeah. But basically I'm rescaling it. Like my screen is full 1080p HD, full 1080 HD, but then I rescale it down to 128 or Travis Scott type beat. Yeah, here's the thing. Oh, actually, I didn't make a Travis Scott type beat this weekend. I made a Travis Scott type beat for, so you know that whole beat competition I did? I made a beat. So the guy who got second place, I asked him to send over a couple samples, and he sent over 3 samples, and I made one beat with him. I forget what style he was. Young Thug. It was a Young Thug type beat. And the sample he sent me was super fire, but I didn't really stick with like the Young Thug kind of idea. I just kind of made a beat using his Young Thug sample. I was also listening to Quadeca this morning, and I know you like Quadeca, Pretty Rush. You keep mentioning that, but that guy is insane because he has like 2 different styles. He has like a chill style that's like more melodic, and he has a crazy hard style where he's like just screaming he's just screaming in general. I was listening to a song this morning from that 12-year-old rapper kind of thing. Take a seat, class in session. Raise a hand, but I didn't. That's a question. Yeah, dude, if you have any questions, Sama, I can totally help. Let me get up my screen. Check some things out. Okay. Let's go through these chats. Hey Sharoop, how you doing, man? Travis Scott type beat. I tried Cakewalk and gave after 10 minutes after opening MIDI tracks. Well, you open up MIDI tracks by hitting Alt 3 on your keyboard, and then Shift D to make it full screen. That's how you open up a MIDI track. If you want to make a MIDI track, you hit the plus sign here, instrument, and then you can choose any of the sounds you have built in. Most of these sounds I have in here are actually like external instruments, so you have to download them onto your computer. But there's a lot of really good, high quality free stuff. So check out that kind of stuff. Scalar type beat or Quadeca beat. Okay. Is egotistic out. Yeah, that's very true. Egotistic is a good way to describe him. Like, it's funny. He has like a personality in his thing, and I'm not saying that he's egotistic in it's himself. Like, if I met the guy, I'm sure he'd be a super nice guy, but in his beats, in his songs, he's so like aggressively like confident, which makes him fun to listen to, if you know what I mean. Yeah. You just keep making beats and you'll feel more comfortable. To be honest, a lot of people have complained that Cakewalk is very confusing, but I actually came from GarageBand, so I knew like basically all the basics. So then I basically, it's easier moving from one DAW to another because you already know what to look for. I already know that I wanted to get a sampler immediately, but a lot of people are confused because they don't know what a sampler is. They've never heard of a sampler. But I already knew that, hey, the first step to making a good beat is to get a sampler, get some drums on that sampler. Okay. Oh, you're Lagix? Lagix? I talk with you all the time on Discord. Yep, Class in Session, that's a song, yeah. Can you show the free stuff? I have a video on that, but no problem. My favorite plugin for sure is Complete Control. Here it is right here. Oh, shoot, just a second. My audio preferences are wrong again, just like every stream. My ADSR sampler manager is taking out the piss, and I honestly recommend changing from ADSR. ADSR not only ADSR has a kind of interesting like sample searching kind of thing, but it really isn't that useful for melody one shots, for drum one shots, for 808s for sure, because it just doesn't have all the same capabilities that something like Complete Control or any of the other or basically any other samplers has. Yeah, like Complete Control literally has everything you need. Like all these sounds in here you see on the left, they're all downloaded on. But once you do download them on, like you click a sound, double click a sound that you want to use. See the sound here? That's a sound. You can change the pitch of it. You can change it from one shot to ADSR. You can change the attack to decay, sustain, release. You can turn it on loop modes and stuff like that. Like it literally has everything in this sampler. And yeah. Okay. I do not use any FabFilter stuff. Yeah, Complete Control is the best. Don't use ADSR for sure. And also like there's also a Grace sampler. I've heard a lot of people use that one, and it's actually pretty good. To be honest, like I don't like the interface as much as Complete Control, but it has all the same functionality, if not more. So that is something to think about. Yeah, but the stock plugins are garbage. Well, if you're Lagix, there's a guy on my Discord server named Lagix. Anyway, best free drum kits. Best free drum kits for sure is the Mike Zara stash. I talk about this all the time in the Discord server and on these live streams. Check out that one for sure. Also check out the Cymatics Cobra drum kit. Yeah, there's an Xtaxion XXX beat sample pack. I think I used to have it. I might have gotten rid of it. There's also another good one. I'm not really sure how I found it or what you should look for to find it, but it's called the 2 Metro Boomin. Let's see. Metro Boomin drum sounds from Razor Music. I don't really know how you pronounce it or what it's called or how you find it, but there's a couple of really good Metro Boomin kits out there. I have an entire plugin Diego about how to install plugins. I want to get into this beat, but nonetheless, there is a video called how to sample, how to pitch 808s and hi-hats and Cakewalk with Bandlab. Check out that video, and it will give you all you need to install a plugin. I just don't want to explain it right now because it's kind of long. Yeah, Shroop seems to be explaining right there. Check that. That's really good. Okay, let's start with the beat. So we were talking about one shots earlier. So I'm gonna check out this Axel Beats Gods one shot kit. Ooh. Oh baby. Hey Clicksteve. this one has a lot of decay on it. I can either shorten the sound. Didn't really miss anything yet, Juan. I'm gonna use this sample, pitch it down a bit. Then we can duplicate this over. Drag the right side white bar. Oh, okay, let me see that. So let's say I want to read these things better. Drag the right side white bar on a sample. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know you can do that to make them shorter. Except the thing is that what's gonna happen? They're gonna like cut themselves. They're gonna cut immediately on this line, and that makes it kind of sound artificial or fake. You can also go into ADSR here, turn the sustain all the way down, and then you tweak this decay to see how long you want the sample to play. I just didn't feel like doing that. I don't really know why, I guess. Okay, so now what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to loop this over. Shoot, let me just do that. But this time I'm gonna change these notes up for sure, like big time. Then so da da da. Da 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 da. Da da da. Go. Just watching a film, Bongonzo. Will you still be streaming in 2 hours? Actually, no, I won't be streaming in 2 hours. No, so my life has been very busy recently. And as you know, I wasn't streaming on Saturday, which is very unfortunate. I wish I was streaming on Saturday, but I just wasn't. I do have something scheduled. I have to be there by 10 and it's about half an hour away. So this stream will be a little bit shorter than normal. Not crazy short, like it's still going to be a fun little time. I'm going to make this entire beat. I'm not going to stop the stream until this beat is done, if you know what I mean. But, yeah. I know I will not be streaming in 2 hours. I know I will be done about an hour and a half from now. Not 100% sold on this in general. I need some serious changing with the just everything needs some serious changing. This is pretty cool. planning on. I am planning on releasing drum kits, but not anything. Not even in the next 2 years, probably. Definitely not anytime soon. But it does seem like a relatively okay stream of revenue. You know, because Holy, he sells drum kits. His drum kits are crazy fire. There are plenty of other people who sell drum kits. I'm not planning on doing anytime soon, but hey, LD Beats, you're actually late. We started early, LD. I think you were the one who asked if we can start early. It's weird. Ooh. Woo! Red has some good stuff for sure. I even linked some Melody one-shot kits that are legally and 100% free on Reddit earlier on the stream. Free sounds. Yeah. Oh yeah. R// free sounds. That's a good place to go. I definitely used to go there a lot. Oh, how to use the imager? What do you want to know about the imager? So basically the imager is here. When you turn it on and know it's an imager, it shows you. That's all the reverb. See how that was crazy stuff? That was just reverb. So basically you just turn up the width here. You can feel the width go up. If you can also make it mono by turning it down to a -100. It sounds like mono. If what happens is, if you're using a sound that's already mono, you can actually click stereoize here, and then you can actually make it more stereo by turning up this knob here. And like, let's say, and then if you crank this all the way up to, I don't know if you're listening on headphones or a bad phone quality or something like that, but that is crazy stereo. It's kind of annoying how stereo that is. But yeah, that's how you use it. Yes, yeah. If you're making things too stereo, you start going to phase issues. That's why you really only use this bottom row of slider if you're taking a signal that's already mono. Okay. If it's mono, then you use this bottom signal. If it's not mono, then you shouldn't be using it. To turn it off. And that right there is already too stereo kind of. Like that's probably pretty good, and it does really like kind of just excites your ears a little bit. Just very. It's a really interesting sound. I really like it. But I mean, it's just a stereo plugin. There's nothing crazy special about it. Let's layer this up with another sound. Yeah, Shroopgoo. Ozone 9 Elements is still free if you buy it from Splice right now. It's like a free giveaway kind of thing. Let me try to find it for you. I'm gonna get you a link. If you buy it from yep, here we go. Splice.com is giving out ozone imaging for free. But yeah, so also the ozone wider or ozone stereo, I don't know what it's called, but there is a ozone plugin, an isotope plugin that is made specifically for Imager. Yeah, Ozone Imager, that's what it's called. So that one's basically, that's all it is. It's just the widener part, and it is pretty fire. It's free also. So yeah, it looks like Shroop already has Ozone 9 Elements, but if you don't have it already, check out that link. It's a really fire plugin. I'm not really sure what to add on top of this, but it sounds really, really fire. Yo, can we send loops or not? If you want to send a loop over, that's fine. We can do a little bit of collab in our emails or something like that. I'm warning you that I'm probably not going to be able to have time to make beats. But you know, maybe if I finish this beat up really quickly and we still have some still have some time afterwards, maybe I can make a beat using your loop on stream. That'd be kind of cool. I like that idea. I like that idea of the slight distortion. That's a good idea. I'm going to show you this plugin called Valhalla Supermassive. It's free. I'm pretty sure it's just free in general from Isotope. I mean, Valhalla. Valhalla is the plugin company. They make really good sounds, just really good plugins in general. I don't think they can possibly make a bad plugin. It's pretty good. It's a really, really good free that's basically all my channel is, dude. Like if you just like, yeah, sure, maybe I don't make tutorial specific plugins. I mean, tutorial specific kind of videos. But I mean, just check out a video. Like, I learned better from I learned better from watching other people make beats. So that's what I do. If you really just like look at my strategies, especially if you come to my live streams though. My live streams, I'll give you some very specific things. You know, was there this guy LD? There's this YouTuber. He made a video about the best LLB. Have you heard of him? He made a video about the best flute presets or whatever. I think he talked about that one. Silver Flute by Rado. This is getting a really... This is a really interesting melody. How do you make a piano full? Good piano selection. Sadly, there aren't very many good free pianos. You should, if you want a good piano, you might have to buy a good piano plugin. To be honest, reverb is good. Chorus, a very slight chorus on your piano always sounds good. Those kind of effects will just make your piano sound better, but obviously it just takes a good sound selection. I've heard actually there's a piano built into Cakewalk. Is this true? Is there a plugin that's like in Cakewalk that has a piano plugin in it? No, I've seen quite a few producers, I mean, the utilities. I might have hidden the plugin. Is the reverb from the Pro channel good? Yeah, from the Pro channel it's actually pretty good. From like their reverb kind of plugin, the reverb 2, I'm not a huge fan of it. But their one from the Pro channel is good. Which is unfortunate because I wish that they had their I wish they had their Pro channel plugins in their like sample into their plugin like channels, but for some reason they don't, which is, I don't understand why they don't, but they just don't. Let me figure this out. There we go. General MIDI. You get this Cakewalk plugin in. So this is a Cakewalk plugin, and but sounds like there's a piano built in here. There is. Doesn't sound very good. Are there other options? Goodness, this is an awkward looking plugin. One of the ugliest plugins I've ever looked at. How do you change? Preset. This is the ugliest plugin ever. I'm pretty sure there's like an organ in here. Come on. Are they all the same piano? All the same piano. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the reverb plugin. I'm not going to use this weird piano. I'm actually going to see if it sounds good though. Ugh, this piano is awful. Maybe it's good for like the background of like a rock song, because those kind of songs tend to have like really high and over compressed pianos. For $15, you cannot get a sample pack these days. Elite Pianist. I'm gonna check that out. Not necessarily in the mood to buy any plugins because I'm pretty satisfied with what I got. Okay, let's see. Keystone Classic is good and free. Yeah, it is the best free one for sure. I do have that one and I have used it. I was sending some stuff to rappers recently and sending stuff to a rapper. I'm not hitting a whole bunch of rappers up, but they were asking for like a piano style melody and I made it using Keystone Classic and it actually sounded good. Let me show you what the one from the Pro channel sounds like. The reverb does. Basically, if you go into this Pro channel section and you get to that by hitting this little show/hide Pro channel button, hit the plus sign here, open up this Matrix Solo, and basically it's a convolution to reverb. Kind of hard to tell with all the... Like, listen to that. That's pretty good. The sound already kind of has a tail to it, so it's kind of hard to tell what is the sound. Okay, let's see. Angelic Vibes. Angelic Vibes always has good stuff. Actually, they're the one who made Iota Mini. So you can't go wrong with that. Actually, you can't go wrong with Iota Mini. Doesn't have a whole bunch of great sounds, but it has a couple of really great ones. Like about 20% of them are amazing. About 30% of them are usable, and about let me see, what is it? Yeah, 50% of them are kind of bad. Let's see. $15 you cannot get a sample pack these days. That's so true, dude. They're all like $40 or something like that. It's ridiculous. Okay. Anyway, got sidetracked. I'm actually not a big fan of this flute. At least for this situation. Okay. Yeah, I like the plucks from Iota Mini. I sort of like the bass from Iota Mini. Definitely don't like the guitars from Iota Mini. But their plucks and their bells are pretty good. In fact, I've been trying something out recently that's kind of interesting. What I'm gonna do is instead of using Expand here, I'm gonna use Iota Mini. I need to limit myself on all these plugins. I have too many now. Takes too long to find plugins. Iota Mini. I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna choose a bass sound. Let's choose like heavy. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into this sound and I'm gonna pitch it way up. That sounds pretty fire. And then I'm going to go into the thing and I'm going to use this reverb. Goodness, these sounds are so quiet, but I want them to be way quieter. It should really be like just background like tones. There we go, it's better. This is getting fire. That's crazy. I see a couple comments in there I'm gonna check out real quick. This is fire. That is a fire melody right there. That is crazy. Okay. Do I have Electric X? No, I do not. I do not have Electric X. In X-Band, could you suggest some good guitar presets? In their strings category, I like their flute. I like their harps for sure. No, not really. I can't really suggest any good guitars. Because they do have good guitars in there, and sometimes I just want to experiment, do some like swelling things with some guitar stuff. But I usually don't make guitar type beats, and if I am going to use a guitar, I'm going to use it from one of those free sample packs that I showed you earlier. The Axel Beats Gods one and the Axel Beats Spirits one. That's fire, but I think I would save that for the beat. Are you talking about all those like side things? Like maybe just say that for the drop? Hey Pie Beats, how you doing? Why don't I send my beats to rappers? I don't know. I just don't feel like I want to spend my time with them right now. You know? I'd rather build my YouTube little empire in this corner of YouTube, in this corner of the internet. I'd rather build this up to be, I don't know, 40, 50,000 subscribers, before I get slowed down by trying to hit people up in the DMs and emails, and because the chances of, I haven't even sold a beat, I haven't started selling beats in general, like to normal nobody rappers, let alone try to sell beats to like famous rappers or anything. If there's a rapper who wants to who hits me up, I've had a couple do that. I've had two do that. Chill. I'm not being hit up by Drake or anything. I'll work with them. I'll see what I can do. Because it's kind of fun. It is fun to throw things off someone, say, hey, do you like this melody or this melody? And then take the melody that they like better and try to make a beat around it. It is fun doing that. But it just takes a lot of time. And I'd rather be in the situation where people love my stuff so much that the second I show them my first beat, they love it, than try to be seeking like the approval of a whole bunch of other rappers or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I didn't know you were streaming. Was reading, by the way. Exams will happen eventually. Yeah, my actually school year is over. I am out of school. And also, not only am I out of school, we didn't have exams at our school, so that's kind of nice. Yeah, Pi is usually the first one here, but I'm streaming on a Tuesday, but so I don't know. Just have it build up kind of slowly and have more stuff come in as the beat comes in. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's what I'm basically saying. I'm not here for the placements. I'm here for the learning and for the teaching of people on my YouTube channel. And of course, I learn from learn from you guys as much as you learn from me. But I'd rather be here for you guys than be here for a whole bunch of rappers that I don't really care much about. I do eventually want to have a good relationship with one like beginning rapper and build him up to be something great. I do want to do that a lot, but yeah, not right now. Yeah, if it's gonna be your dad's old one, then I think you should go for it. Cause then if you do have to buy it from him, I'm not sure if you do, you'll probably get it for a better deal, and even if it is sort of used. I personally started my music stuff on my mom's laptop, and it was her laptop, and she was using it for work. She was using it for this and that and that and that and that. So when I decided that I wanted to be making more beats, like I don't want to have to work around your schedule, I decided to make my own, buy my own computer. And I mean, it's the best decision I've ever done, simply because I had more freedom to when I can make beats. I didn't have to feel like ashamed to be using someone else's computer, and also because now I have the power and the capabilities to actually do something interesting. Like the old computer was super bad. It was good enough for making music, but it wasn't good enough for editing videos. It wasn't good enough for this, good enough for that. So yeah. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm saying right now, but like I didn't really enjoy my time using that computer. I learned so much, and I don't like regret using the computer, because if I didn't use that computer, I probably wouldn't have even started, and then I wouldn't even be here right now. But so I'm just saying that everything has its own purpose. Everything happens for sort of a reason. But I do not regret upgrading to this main computer. And I'm not saying that your computer is going to be bad. I'm just saying that having a computer of your own, which it sounds like your computer that you have right now is pretty trash, because you keep complaining about how you can't even make melodies or anything like that. You just have to use loops. Anything is, from what it sounds like, anything. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. Have fun with your Mac. I'm sure it'll be good for you. Don't quit making beats. Go for it, 100%. Yeah, I don't recommend using cracked FL, simply because I don't believe in cracks. And also, I don't know. There's a beta version of Cakewalk right now. I mean, if you want to use Cakewalk, there is a beta version. It might have some bugs, but it's beta. Otherwise, GarageBand is actually pretty good. You'd be surprised how much you can get with GarageBand. Even though Cakewalk is miles better, but if you are still learning or you still want to practice or something like that, GarageBand isn't that bad, actually. I'm not really sure what it takes to make your 808s fit on your... I'm not really sure what it takes to make my microphone keeps cutting out. It might be that I'm literally just stop talking sometimes. Sometimes I just stop talking in the middle of my sentences because I'm reading these chats. And why did I even click on Discord? I might as well check my Discord now that I'm open. Aw, you guys are sharing my videos. VSD Craft has Ableton. Yeah, see, like I stopped talking right there too. Yeah, replace the 808 at the root notes of the chords of the you use. But if you're using like if you're using like a loop and you don't know what the chords are, I mean, it's kind of just ears. I don't know that. I don't really know. Like for this one. Like for this melody right here, I didn't even look at the root notes of the chords, but I had the root notes. I didn't even look at the MIDI at all. I just played what sounded right. And by saying I didn't look at the MIDI, I don't mean like I didn't like go like this and look at what the root notes of the chords are. I didn't like try to like follow these things. I just kind of did it by ear. Yeah, that's the best way to do it, Pratty. Tune your 808s to C and then just copy the bass notes. And that's like the foolproof way of doing it. Like that'll work every time. If you can train your ear to make it so that your ear can, if you can do it by ear, that's overall better. Simply because like you can just have more options. You know what it sounds like. Just training your ear in general, just making a lot of melodies, making a lot of 808 bass lines, stuff like that. Just doing things over and over and over will get you to practice, get you the ear training you need. And then you don't have to rely on having the MIDI available or something like that. Okay, how much time do you get to make beats? I'm usually around 4 beats a day. Alright, this is being weird. Yeah, that's better. That took way longer than it should have. Okay. During quarantine, every time I was making beats. Yeah, I wish. Right now, I'm actually very busy. Like 2 weeks ago, that's what I would have said. I would have said every moment is a beat making moment. But I'm actually very busy this week, last week, this next week. I'm not doing a live stream this weekend either, which is why I wanted to get on today. Very, 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 very busy. Really kind of weird. But as soon as I get all this situated, I will be right back on making beats. Especially like during the summer and all that kind of stuff. I am curious what I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna ask what's going on in your life that makes it so you can't make beats all day, because I don't really have the time either, to be honest with everyone. Yeah, Juan, this 808 is for literally that same one you recommended from the Cobra kit. I think like last live stream, I was reviewing one of your beats, and I'm like, wow, the 808 is awesome. And then it's literally, and then you said, and then I asked you what 808 it was, and you said it was from the Cymatics Cobra kit #1. And I'm like, hey, that's the one I use. So, bam. Great minds think alike. Add some saturation? No, I don't think this 808 needs saturation for sure. So hey, did you guys check out my video last Thursday about that drum kit? I need to know your guys' opinion on that video, because don't tell them this, but to be honest, when I heard them they wanted to do a sponsorship with me, literally I realized that I'm not gonna make any money off of the sponsorship at all. But I'll be giving out a free kit to you guys, so it is worth it. I didn't make any money off that sponsorship, like not even close. Like I was giving out a 10% discount for everyone. I was giving, like they gave me a link to a 10% discount, and literally no one used it. They grabbed all the free kits and left. and I expected that to happen. And I wasn't planning on making any money from that collaboration. But as soon as they said that they were going to give out free drum kits to my subscribers, yeah, sure. But if you want to buy the drum kit, that's perfectly fine on you. Like I'm not pressuring anyone. But the video did pretty good, but like no one paid for the kit. They always just grabbed the free kit and left. Which is kind of funny in my opinion, and I wasn't planning on making any money from that collaboration or sponsorship, whatever. But yeah, I didn't make any money. I didn't make any money off that collab, and I wasn't planning on it. But I heard the free drum kit thing, and I'm like, you know, people will probably like this. Sure, why not? What do you want from a how to make drum beats kind of thing? I have a video sort of coming out on that topic in a couple weeks, on like the 12th of June or whatever. sure how I feel about this beat. It's a weird one to add an 808 to. This 808 just doesn't really feel right. Feel like it mixes no matter what I do. Gain staging when I mix. Yeah, I'd say I do. Let's see, just a second. Do I ever use gain staging when I mix? Yeah, I do. What I tend to do with my gain staging is what I'll do is I'll change this input gain way up here, which is above. If you have the track, go all the way to the top, you have this like input gain knob. I'll change this knob so that this main fader is more or less close to 0 dB. Okay, so that therefore what happens is when I want to do very fine details, I can grab this and I can just make very minute adjustments. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry. If this was all the way down here or something like that, and I want to make very small adjustments, even a tiny little move of my finger will make huge changes in like the dB value. Yeah, okay. Hey, what's good? Hey, Mazda. Why don't I use project templates? I use project templates for literally everything. together not so fast. This isn't coming together super fast. I think it's sounding good. I don't know. I mean, I haven't made a beat in quite a few days. So, come on, Juan. You're better than that. No, I'm definitely not on Fiverr. I mean, I don't know if you're here when I talked about the whole rappers thing, but at the moment I am not here to make as much money as possible. I'm not here to try to capitalize on my skills, or even if you can call these skills. I'm here to grow this YouTube channel. Okay, I do make drum beats in Sequencer, but it's a bit harder for me adjusting the timing of notes in Sequencer. So can you please make a video on these things? I don't really use step sequencer for much of anything. This technically right here is a step sequencer little track. I'm just playing one note and then I'm dragging that thing around wherever I want it to be. You can also right click, you can open up a new step sequencer. Basically what you have here is you have steps and you have beats. Try to keep the steps on a 4 or an 8 or something like that. It makes it all stay consistent. If it's on like a 5 or something like that, you're gonna get some really funky rhythms. Let me actually show that. Try this. Did that sound? If we actually convert that to MIDI, what that actually is, it's 5 notes in the span of one beat. So I don't know if that's a 5 triplet or whatever. I'm not really sure. Pentuplet or whatever. I don't really know what they're called. You want to keep those steps up to around like a 4 or an 8 or something like that. And then the beats is just how many quarter notes or how many measures you have. No, quarter notes. How many quarter notes are being taken up? So if you have 2 quarter notes with 4 steps each, that means it's going to have 8 steps overall, but each of those 8 steps are eighth notes, because you're breaking a quarter note into 8 pieces. Oh, wait. No, that'd be 16th notes. So if I was to play all these, it'd be 8 16th notes. I don't have any sounds synced up, but that's how they work. Okay, what free VST or melodies do I suggest? I suggest Iota Mini. I'm using it right here, right here, right here. Right here I recommend Complete Control. If you add some free one-shots in there, you can get some good stuff. Iota Mini again, and this is Triton. It's a good plugin, but it's a little bit pricey. That's why I recommend Iota Mini and free and Complete Control with some free one-shots. What are you using when it comes to, what are you using for reference when it comes to headphones? I'm looking at getting some, need some suggestions though. Dude, I have kind of like a studio tour coming up soon, because a lot of people have been asking. I'm not doing my studio tour because I'm proud of my studio or my room or anything like that, but I'm trying to give people context, because in context, these speakers I have in front of me, I might have all my gear linked in the description. Let me see. I don't have my headphones linked in the description, but these speakers right here, they're like $70 for the pair, $70 like all together, which is crazy cheap when you can buy speakers for literally like $10,000 in some crazy studios. My headphones are like the most budget headphones you can get. I think they're like $40. I don't even know what they're called, but they're not anything crazy worth recommending. Hey the Real MP3, how you doing? It's all about getting used to your stuff. It's not about how good your stuff is. I mean, yes, it is how good your stuff is. Like a good producer in a good studio is going to beat out a good producer in a bad studio most of the time. But a bad producer in a good studio isn't going to be great. I recommend Axel Beats. I'm going to find you the stuff. Got 2 links. I linked these actually earlier in the stream, the beginning of the stream. I'm pretty good. I'm busy, but I'm good. It's a fun busy. It will all settle down in a couple weeks. But my YouTube channel is going pretty good. How you doing, Orange Shadow? You can get SwimmerWorks reference 4. I've heard that helps. But like literally my room is like the most untreated thing ever. If I clap here real quick, watch this. I don't know if you can hear my clap. You probably can't hear the echo in the room. Let's be honest, you can't hear the echo. But there's a huge echo in the room. And it's the kind of echo that's like, it like bounces off the hard walls and makes it kind of like metallic-y kind of sound, you know? Use other DAWs besides Cakewalk, because I'm looking for a suitable DAW for making beats and classical music. And classical music, wow. Those are like the 2 opposite sides of the spectrum. And everyone recommends Cakewalk. What do you recommend? Cakewalk. I recommend Cakewalk. It's free. It's the only good free DAW in my opinion. I haven't actually experimented much with the other ones. But if you want to be able to do everything, Cakewalk has everything. You know, like some people say that LM&S is better for like rap, or it's better for like trap genre or something like that, or it's better for this kind of thing or better for this kind of thing. But Cakewalk is best for everything. If you want to get into EDM, Cakewalk has what you need. If you want to go into trap, Cakewalk has what you need. If you want classical music, Cakewalk has what you need. Other DAWs might be specific for one certain type of thing, but like there are plenty of producers who use Cakewalk as their rapping software. They plug their beats into Cakewalk and then rap on top of it using Cakewalk. Cakewalk is one of the only free DAWs that you can actually record audio into. Cakewalk is literally like, it has everything. Whether it's the best at everything, I mean, I think it is. I think it's great at everything. I'm not going to say like better than Ableton because I haven't used those, but I'm going to say it's great at everything it does. But it's all up to you and your workflow and which one is better for you or something like that. You heard the echo? Good. Just kind of reference. You just woke up. Goodness. I've been up for hours. That's good. It's good to hear. Maybe I'll check into that SonarWorks thing. Yeah, headphones are really good for if you have an untreated room. Like, plenty of people have recommended that to me. I personally just don't like the feeling of headphones. This 808 is horrible. I mean, the 808 isn't horrible, but I just don't like how this... None of these 808s I've been using have been mixing well with everything else. this stream is gonna end in a little while. So I don't think it'd be good for us to use our last time listening to your beats. But maybe on another stream. I do tend to do these kind of things. I do usually do beat critiques on streams. I usually do, but not on this one. Sorry. I wonder if I can just keep it on one note the whole time. Better. Never even heard of the Mike Will Made It 808. Never even heard of it. So my drum patterns, if you want to go over that, here's my 808. Dun dun, and then I wait for a little while. Dun dun. Pretty simple stuff right there. Not really anything to say about that. My kick drum is playing a similar pattern to the 808. Yeah, Complete Control is free. It's in the Complete Start bundle. Hey Yun, my hi-hat looks like this. Make sure you have some like cutouts of your hi-hats. It makes it sound just better rhythms. And then I also have lots of rolls going around. Some short rolls, some long rolls, some just random little notes every once in a while. Then I also have this clap. My clap is literally just playing on the third beat of every measure. And coming together a little bit more. I'm gonna freeze some of these synths. Mike Will 808 is just spins most trap. They're just basic spins, but add their own effect. That's true. I've also seen like videos of people like just taking an 808, like just taking like a synthesizer, and they're able to like using a whole bunch of synthesis tricks that I'm not really familiar with. They're able to just make a spins 808, and it sounds almost identical to the actual spins 808. And then when they have that final, when they have the foundation of the spins 808 in their like synthesizer, then they're able to then they're able to like just tweak some things inside the synthesizer itself to make it sound a little bit different, and then they'll add some distortion or EQ or stuff like that on top of that. So their foundation is Spins 808 just because it's so iconically trap, you know. 808 is driving me crazy. I think this melody might be something I just come back to later, because the melody is fire. Yeah, I'm not really sure if the Spins 808 is like overused or is, I don't know. What's the opposite of being slept on? You know, like I'd say overused. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's overused or not, because it's like, it's just a good 808. And while I don't want to like swear by one particular 808 or anything like that, and while I don't want to like swear by one 808, like it's really like it fits almost every situation. That's cool. The whole distortion on a sine. One of my first actual like popular videos, it was a pretty cringe video. Is where I was trying to teach people how to make an 808. And it's pretty cringe because I was using these like super trash headphones. Like I look at them now, and those headphones, like, those headphones didn't even recreate basically any bass sounds. It was really ridiculous how horrible of a headphone thing I was using. And my 808s, like looking back on them, they're just like really trash. But I was trying to teach people how to make 808s. And basically what I did was I took a sine wave and I took a kick drum, and I played that sine wave on top of the kick drum, and then did some EQing on them to make them fit a little bit better, and then I did some distortion on the 808, and it actually, like, to me, I thought it sounded good, but now I look back and it sounded trash. But nonetheless, is Complete Control good? Of course, Complete Control is good. I use it every single day. What I mean by that is that I have nothing but good things to say about Complete Control, simply because I use it so much. I've just chosen that I love it. It's Complete Control is a sampler. You can take audio files you have on your computer and put them into Complete Control. So the fact that it's a sampler means that the only thing that matter are the functionality. It doesn't have like built-in crazy sounds. Actually, it does have pretty good built-in sounds, but the dog sound. Yeah, I was like, ooh. The sounds, they do have good sounds built into Complete Control, but it's not like you should get it because it has a great sound sample library. It's just a sample. I mean, it's just a sampler. So it does have some ADSR sample capabilities, which is really good. Most samplers don't for some reason. It basically has everything you need in a very clean and nice looking package. I will bounce these clips when I am satisfied with my drums. Yeah, I'm warning you. The thing just takes thing takes a while to download because there are so many sounds it comes with. I think I'm almost done with the stream, to be honest. Sorry. Macro. I'm not sure what you mean. Tell me who made it and stuff like that. It might be. I don't really know how many gigabytes it is, but I've heard it's like. I wouldn't be surprised if it's at least 3 or 2. I don't remember, but be prepared to download for a little while. Yeah, I'm about to finish the stream because I gotta go somewhere. I gotta be there at 10 and it takes like half an hour to get there. And by the way, what do you say? The last little 808 lower. Let me save this beat. I'm gonna call it. Oh, I'm gonna call it chicken. Chicken Little. Who cares? I'm not gonna make something creative. Put it into my beats category. Do you play instruments? I play piano, bass guitar, electric guitar, French horn, trombone. And I've done a couple of percussion things in my time. Try to pitch all this up a little bit. By the way, LD beats or ID beats, I don't know what you are. This actually melody is entirely on halftime right now. I might want to take off the halftime or put on more halftime later. Before I leave off, I'm actually going to add some side chaining from my melody to my kick. My kick to my melody. Gonna go watch your free stuff vid. See you later, dude. Nice. Yo, what do you want in Cakewalk? Never asked you. So what am I like missing? question. I wish you could, let's say like there are 2 split clips right here. I wish that while this is playing, you could select them all, right click, and then bounce to clips. That would save me so much time. It's a really weird thing, but they're like, while the track is like moving, there are a lot of things you can't do. Like you have to like pause the song and then start doing it. It's kind of a hassle. It's a weird request. Anyway, so I'm not 100% sold on this 808 kind of thing, to be honest. You know, maybe I post my final beat on my Discord server, because this is actually going to be kind of a cool beat. Like, the melody is really fire in my opinion. But I will see y'all later. The rest of the drums are pretty fire. Let's listen to this all. Like, I don't want to let this melody down. Melody is really fire. Anyway, see y'all later. This was a fun little stream. I'm glad that I got to check in a little bit. But also, by the way, I leave these streams up for 3 days or so like that. I don't leave them up indefinitely. Anyway, see you later. Oh, you can check back if you want to. Pirate Beats. I remember seeing you last stream actually. Good to see you again.